Alright, here we go, here we go. I love this game. On a night when everything seemed to be alright, there was a stranger in Guido's house. It was his old enemy, Guido. He looked the same as Guido, but this Guido was poor. This Guido wanted to kill the good Guido, but he failed and ran away because the good Guido woke up. The good Guido ran after him, but couldn't get him. Guido couldn't sleep anymore, so he started thinking. Guido found some clues about where the bad Guido could be. Guido was very tired now, so he decided he would think more the next day. When Guido woke up again, he began to pack some stuff, and after finishing his meal, he started on a journey. Guido didn't know the journey would be a very long journey. After a few days, Guido was in Hawaii. There started the battle against the weird creatures from the bad Guido. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Guido could earn points, so he could buy energy if he wanted to. Will Guido succeed in finding his enemy? We will know it soon. So, I have never found a shop. That's the plot. Everyone up to speed? I may be wrong about it being 25 years that this game didn't work. It may be that the bug they fixed was emulator only, but I don't know. Welcome to loading screens. Sure, I don't mind. It will eventually load. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the console and give myself 99 lives. Because... There we go. To be perfectly honest, I don't feel like gaming over. I want to see what this game is without the worry of, like, game over. And we're off. I'm also not going to do, like, the input visualizer or anything. I think we saw that little gimmick before. Oh no. I don't know if I want to make this jump. Whoop. This frame rate is about 3, yes. The basic gist of it is the game pulls input 60 or 50 times a second, but it only seems to refresh the screen about once every 10 to 15 frames. And the developer has said that basically there was no way he could get it smooth the way he wanted it to. So it's very chunky. You basically have to provide all your inputs a draw cycle before you want them to take effect. So I'm constantly dealing with about 1 second of input lag, and it's not because of the, like, emulator this time, it's the game. But this is gonna be a pretty chill romp through this. It's gonna take a while. I'm just gonna hang out. chip my way through this. I want to see if I can get a recorded completion of it done. Because there are 2 or 3 videos of this on YouTube, and they both end at about the 10-minute mark, if that. So I want to see if I can get a little bit more of the content out there. Call it archival record keeping. You should clip it, indeed. If I can put up with the fact that, like, half of my clips are me screaming for whatever reason, I think you'll be okay clicking leave duty on accident. That's alright. I was playing Gunfire Reborn the other night, and just completely brain farted, and instead of walking into a vault portal, I started the timer to move forward, and my entire group that I was playing with just, like, started yelling because I had just, like, ruined them in the middle of getting a bonus treasure. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this. Yeah. Karma was there. I think it was mostly laughter. I'm not the first person to have done that, though, so I'm covered. Yep. And we're all just like, no! I got this into a marathon, but I'm not doing the full game in the marathon. This is more just me doing the full game if I can do it. For the sake of doing it. The title of this is Guido's Lost in Plantinus. You're very familiar with this, well, I'm sorry. Oh, Gunfire Reborn. It's a roguelite first-person shooter with a very, like, ancient, Chinese motif to it. Like Gunpowder Punk. It is very neat. I have 100%ed it, basically. Back to the world map. Every time you go back to the world map, you have to do the lone walk. Yeah, wholeheartedly recommend that game. It's really good. If you like first-person shooters and roguelites, anyway. If you don't like either of those, or don't like both of them, I don't recommend it. Wow, I just stubbed my toe on that blob. This is why I give myself 99 lives. Just like things like that can happen. Yeah, I actually like FPSs, like a certain kind of FPS anyway, more than I like roguelites, and I like roguelites quite a bit. So, the only thing they could do to make it better is give it the Quake engine jumping physics, and I would just be in heaven. But if they did that, I imagine everyone but me would hate it. Like, a roguelite in the CPMA engine would be amazing to me, because I'm a dingus. I used to play CPMA, which is a Quake 3 mod for, like, pro play. It's like someone looked at Quake 3 Arena and went, you know what, that's not complicated enough. I used to play a lot of competitive games, but I don't anymore. I used to do Quake 3 CPMA, I used to do League of Legends. Hell, you could argue that I was kind of a pro in Dota, kind of. Quake 1 was my first multiplayer FPS. Yeah, same here. Quake, the original Quake Team Fortress was a thing. Are you recommending The Last Federation, but a first-person shooter engine? That would be wild. Next was got acquired by THQ, and they rebranded it as a Crytek engine hardcore 4v4 MOBA style FPS, and it died. That's what happened to Nexus. Nexus was originally just like a Quake Dark Places engine Quake clone. So you would jump into a 16-player deathmatch server and just deathmatch, and then THQ got their hands on it, and if you want to play Nexus now, it got forked into a still Libre fork called Xonotic with a X. That's still pretty healthy for what it is. There's also Warsaw or whatever. I like Xonotic. Kinda wish I could have people to play with it, or play it with. But I'm also like, has anyone seen the Onion article that's like, local man too good at fighting games to play with friends, but not good enough to play professionally? That's me in FPSs. I had a group I played Reflex with for a while, but it got boring for all of us because I just trounced them all the time. They wanted to have fun, I wanted to play seriously. Tremulous, I've never heard of. Yeah, I've gravitated toward co-op stuff a lot more than competitive as of late. I'll still play Smite every now and then, but I haven't even touched that in a long time. Splatoon. I thought about getting into Splatoon at one point. I've had the weirdest urge to play Nerf Arena Blast lately, and that's like, why? Why for multiple reasons? Oh, ew, I don't like asymmetric. Because anytime I play an asymmetric competitive game, I always have like one team that I always want to be on. And anytime I'm on the other team, I'm just waiting for my turn on the team I want to be on. I'm in the same boat anymore. Like, I still love the idea of MOBAs. I did my time in the salt mines, I'm done. I'm not going to go back to any kind of serious MOBA play. Yeah, but you know how it is. Teams are uneven. I used to play Quake 2 Weapons Factory, which was Quake 2's answer to Team Fortress. And the biggest problem we had there was just like team stacking. Like, you would get people who would join a server and then join the winning team, and then people who would get butt mad about losing and leave the game. So you'd get to the final 5 minutes of a game and it would be like 12-4 team balance, and then an admin would come in and just pause the game and say, I'm not unpausing it until you even the teams out. Happened all the time. Quake 2 Weapons Factory was kind of interesting. It's like, it's like someone took Team Fortress, like TF2, I guess, scaled down the graphics about 10 years, and decided the medic needed to be a nurse with, like, a massive rear. Oh, come on. There we go. That is deceptively hard to get on. Like, the nurse looks like a porn actress in just a little white lab coat. It's kind of strange. There were no hats. We didn't have hats back then. Yeah, auto balance and auto scramble are necessities in a game like that. I'm not kidding about the final 5 minutes of most WF matches being 12-4 as far as team stacking goes. Because people just want to win. It's like, there wasn't even achievements or stat tracking. People just wanted to see the you win screen. There wasn't even a you win screen, it just showed the scoreboard actually. So I don't know why people did it. Psychology, I guess. Yeah, brains are weird. I should know. Mine's really weird. Sometimes they literally do the incorrect thing for no reason. That is extremely, like, relatable and quotable. I like it a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we're fine. That was a pixel perfect jump. Oh no. Oh no. I went one tile too far. When I play games like that, especially competitive ones, I find that my greatest strength is playing the complicated characters that people can't predict very well. Which is kinda bad because they usually get simplified in balance passes. Like, I played Hell in Smite for a long time because she's a stance dancer. And then they just, like, completely penalized actually stance dancing because they wanted her to be more predictable. And there goes, like, my main leverage against other players is the unpredictability. Come on. There we go. This is my least favorite level in the game, like, so far that I've seen. I can't believe I recovered that. I played Invoker in Dota, like mained Invoker, and was pretty dang good at him. Just because, I don't know, I just gravitate toward things that have the highest skill ceiling and try to play them. I remember what got me back into Final Fantasy XIV the last time was someone convinced me that Ninja was a lot like Invoker, and it's like, yeah, Ninja's a lot like Invoker if you have 30 seconds to invoke each spell. Weh. I need a weh emote. What would it even be? I need to stream more before I think about more emotes, though. Oh, holy heck, I completely spaced on that, on acknowledging that Tam is still held hostage by Twitch. Sighing Hachiman, yes. I think I was in the middle of reading the intro when that resub came in. I am sorry. I am far worse at noticing things than you. Am I gonna get out of the first world having not taken a game over? My ultimate goal is to be able to not use the cheat code during the marathon showcase. That's not right. Okay, let's just take a moment and line this up. Yeah, that's basically what I do with falling platforms in this game. I just don't notice them so they don't fall. That and I hold the jump button down. I have been giving thought to actually speedrunning this and what that would look like. And it basically boils down to perfectly timed jumping. Which on one hand, you have like a quarter of a second for each jump. Like a window that big. On the other hand, you have to predict that window a second ahead of time. It's up to jump. The up button and the jump button are the same thing. It's funny, when I created the video for my marathon submission, I actually called Faizu out for that. I said something like, this is an up to jump game, I'm sorry Faizu, I can't abide this, and, you know. He hasn't killed me yet, so I don't think he noticed. It was like in the middle of a 1 hour video, so. I'm reasonably in agreement with that. Well, I don't know. Like, aside from the fact that this thing runs like a boat on dry land, it's pretty solid mechanics-wise. It's not glitchy. Everything that happens in accordance with... It is actually animated, yes. 2 pixels on the outer thigh. It would find a way. Okay. This is actually far tighter than it looks. Far more technical than it looks. It depends. So, especially for a system like this, you're pulling stuff off the disk and shoving it into RAM, and if the stuff that you need to access is there, if you have a way to actually interface with the running program, you can get your instructions in between specific loading routines, unless it just pulls the entire content of a band of the disk and shoves it into RAM, in which case, no, you can't. Alright, World 2. That was pretty quick, actually. Yeah, it's entirely possible. You would have to ask the developers about that. I can point you to their Twitter account. That was actually a 20-minute World 1. So maybe a 50-minute estimate was a little high. I mean, if I come in underestimate, I just do a chunk of World 3, oh no. Like, hey, is the next run ready yet? No? Alright, we get to see World 3. We can't really say you've seen this, because I know the moment this started, my eyes kind of, like, blew out of their head. Out of my head. Out of their sockets, that's what I meant to say. I could probably just jump here. Welcome to World 2. As far as I know, this is the worst it gets. 3 actually gets a little bit better, and 4 gets about the same as this. A little bit better, but not as good as 3. Anyway, if I took a deliberate game over at the start of World 2, I could probably do without the lives cheat. 3 is good. The positive thing about this is I have so much loading time I can check Mastodon and Twitter between levels. I am regretting hiding the floppy disk indicator though. Welcome to Lost in Plantinus. Everything is the same color as your character. I also want to point out, I pointed this out before, but I want to point it out again. Throughout the entire game, Guido is staring straight at you with this one beady eye. Oops, that's fine. He looks so disappointed to be here, too. Just that completely nonplussed look. Come on. There we go. I gotta get Macaw to play this, actually. He looks shocked. I would be shocked to be here. I am shocked to be here. I've been debating back and forth in my head, especially for the marathon run in front of like 2,000 people, if I want to call him Guido or just the player character. Because his name is Guido, but that's also not a great word when used in the wrong context, and I don't even want to open that door. Well, he seems unsure how to react. Gee, I don't know if that's better, RBW. Same here, actually. I thought it just meant, like, flatline. Like, completely even-keeled. Words, they're funny. I think we should all communicate using emoji. It's a lot clearer. If you get what I mean, smiling face, eggplant, eggplant, emoji poop. Wait, no. I'm gonna just randomly ramble something off and accidentally an innuendo again. Okay, we should all communicate just with Hachimon emotes. That works for me. That means everyone has to subscribe to me. One of these days, Contele is gonna realize I exist and I'm gonna get sued. That's good. Hachimon can express at least 4 emotions, okay? Both of which are obscene. Okay, I'll give you that one. Farting is an emotion, right? What does squish fish convey? Like, what emotion is squish fish? A lot. 2020, oh no. You are right and I hate this. I'm in this tweet and I don't like it. You know, I would probably do that. I had considered if I actually managed to get Hachimon into SGDQ, which they rejected again for some unknown reason, I would ping KTV8 and just be like, hey, thing going on here. See what they did with it. No one has ever recorded finishing this. I believe it's been finished by people back in like 96, but there was a bug in the dump of it, emulator only I think, where it couldn't be finished. So in the era of easily recording gameplay, no one's done it. So I'm trying to do it. Oh, that's disappointing, yeah. You know. That's sweet. Well, I'm cheating, so, you know. Granted, this is a game that I would completely be okay with, like, poking your lives counter, because I did the same thing for Snoopy 10 loops. I allow infinite live trainer. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't care. Heck your leaderboard purism. I actually had someone get salty at me over that, but because it's a DOS game, there's not, like, the console police to come yell at me. Like, how dare you allow an infinite live cheat in a speedrun? Like, because I don't care, and neither does anyone else? Yeah, so Brasentia ran it. I did 2 loops where I didn't use the trainer. And then 10 loops became the de facto category, mainly because I allowed infinite lives. That's the thing. You allow infinite lives because there's no way that actually exploiting that will be faster than not. Okay, fine, 9 loops. Were you my opponent for the Kusogrande match? I don't remember. Yeah, that was a thing. And that's why I allowed it, because I felt like 9 loops would be cool, but there's no way that anyone would take it up having to do 9 loops on 3 lives. So I just said, heck it, the version of the game that you get everywhere on the internet comes with a trainer. I'm just going to allow the trainer. Because there's no way in heck that someone with 3 deaths or 4 deaths is going to ever have a time faster than someone that does it deathless. Unless they, you know, really goof it. So why not? And as a result, there's a bunch of people who are running 9 loops now. They're weird. Hey, I'm very on the fence about turbo controllers because there are a couple of speedruns where having access to turbo would fundamentally change the run, but it should be different categories, not just flat out banned. Like, here's a good example. I wanted to run Vice Project Doom. Which, if you know anything about the Vice Project Doom speedrun, you need 3 hands. You need to D-pad, you need to A and B, and you need to spam the crap out of select to change weapons all the time. So what I wanted to do was use my DualShock 4 and put select on a shoulder button. And the reason why I didn't was I had the epiphany that that would give me a massive advantage over literally everyone playing on console. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Well, that happened. So that would have been game over. Cuphead. The Cuphead controversy. But anyway. So ultimately I ended up not running Vice Project Doom because I couldn't, in good conscience, compete with people running on console using a DualShock 4 with select on a shoulder button. But have you ever tried to find a place to put a select button on a DualShock 4 that is like reasonably like select on an S-Pad? So I just ended up not doing it. Yeah, you can do the touchpad, but oh, I hated that. I ended up doing the share button. But that thing is tiny, right? So it never worked well for doing that. Alright, let's line up a jump here, and... I used to do the touchpad, but it was... The touchpad is a giant rocker, and it just felt awful. I want an actual button. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm playing Plantinus. I actually yeeted the DualShock 4 like 2 weeks ago now, and I'm using a SN30 Plus Pro Turbo Edition GOTY, I don't know, something or other. For RPGs, I feel like all bets are off. I'm talking about Ninja Gaiden, mainly, and Vice Project Doom. Yeah, the DualShock 4 does not have a select button. They made 2 very small hard plastic buttons, like in the upper right corner of the D-pad and the upper left corner of the right cluster. And those are share and menu. And then the rest of the middle is just an abomination of a touchpad. I don't know. I never used a DualShock 4 on an actual PlayStation. Oh right, no backwards compatibility. Ugh. Anyway, to answer your question, I think any game that had like a forward port, move that to the touchpad or something. Yeah, so the touchpad is a rocker. It's not only just like a capacitive touchpad, but it's also a rocker button. So you can press the left side of it or the right side of it down and it clicks like a button. But oh god, is the action terrible. Especially for something like Vice, where you have to hit it like 10 times a second. It would be pain. I would almost rather the jagged corners of a brick D-pad. I like the SN30 better than I like the DualShock 4. The only complaint I have about it is the select and start buttons are really far away from the control clusters. And also I pinched my finger in the triggers a couple of times. Is that the Jaguar phone keypad controller? That thing is abomination. I'm sorry. I think my ideal controller is a DualShock 3, but it does not interface with a PC well, and they're getting kind of on in years. The SN30 is real strong. My only complaint about the SN30 I got is it came with like a 2-foot cable, and I need to get around to getting a better cable. The SN30 is X-Input. Wholeheartedly recommend it. Unless you want a thumbstick on the left cluster instead of a D-pad, like a Xbone controller. In which case, Xbone controller. Navigate the weird wedge-shaped object through the slalom. I actually have no idea how to make mine boot up in D input mode, and it may actually be useful one day. I should find that out. I didn't know you could run the DualShock 4 in wired and wireless mode at the same time. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I just don't know which A face button. I know X is Windows mode and Y is Switch. And then the third one is Android. The D-pad is strange. It's hard and it's raised up more than most controllers. It feels like a NES brick pad, but it's not sharp. It doesn't hurt. I like it, but if you don't like hard D-pads, it would be a little uncomfortable. Jump, Guido. Thank you. That sounds about right. A SNES pad is a pretty on-the-nose assessment of it. Hello, Nair. This is bad. Oh! Another 20 seconds and that thing would have killed me. The puppy. I don't have a timer running, but I know about when I started on my stream timer, and it looks like this is going to be about a 42-minute run to the end of World 2, which is 8 minutes under the estimate I gave, which is okay because I'm going to read the intro. So I think my estimate was dead on. What, you were worried about me? I'm offended. These tight pixel perfect jumps. It's just the pixels are like a quarter of the screen in size. Yeah, there's no way in heck I can make that. Yeah, that would have been real helpful. They're mnemonic, though. I think we have a real good run list. I'm not gonna go... Uh-oh. What? Okay. That enemy just decided to not be here anymore, and you know what? I'll take it. I'm definitely not really worried about any of the runs. I think we have a really good lineup, and I think everyone's pretty cool that we're gonna be taken. Gosh, I want to talk about the schedule, but it's not out yet. I will say this, we have a pretty good multinational representation in our lineup. And it's all jank. Okay, so that was the end of World 2, and we're at 48 minutes of stream time, and I farted around for about 5 minutes. So that was about a 43. 43, 46 if you count reading the intro. Multinational and multi-platform. We've got quite a few obscure platforms, by the way, Fish. Welcome back to Fish Dimension. Well, you showed up and we ended up in Fish Dimension. Except you're not really a fish. That's more Carter's thing. I mean, who doesn't just want to be a fish? Okay, maybe a lot of people. Long air fish. This is a heck of a jump. Yeah. Also, shoutouts to World 3 of this game being an underwater world, kind of. Keeping the traditions strong. So this is a very non-linear map. And it doesn't really matter, because you can't go on to the next world until you've finished all of the levels anyway. But you just get to choose what order you do them in, I guess. Ouch. Ow. That one caused me physical pain. "30 distinct platforms." Really? Like, I know some of the more obscure ones, and I'm pretty happy about them. I'm really happy that we have MSX, like, at all. The MSX doesn't get representation in marathons, like, ever. I really, really want to hone Hinatori to the point where I can both do a 1-credit clear of it, and maybe something that passes as a speedrun to try to get it into a marathon. Because if I rolled up with Hinatori for the MSX and was like, hey, I've got this, that's like a guaranteed end to any marathon I want. Just because it's so obscure and weird. Yeah, that's valid. I mean, the MSX is too well known for you. What was that thing? The Vector VE6 or something that you were all up in for a while? Hey, the acorn is solid. The emulator for it isn't, but the Archimedes is good stuff. The Wataru's Supervision was in Kusogrande once because Jeff gave out a game for it. The Wataru's Supervision is a problem, though. You know, a thought just occurred to me. I'm recording a local recording of this to my RAM disk. And I don't know how long this is going to take. I may actually be on a time limit to finish this game before the recording, like, eats all my RAM. Though I recorded an entire Live Alive speedrun into this RAM disk, so I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. I remember that. I was doing that run offline because I wanted to just be able to not have to worry about commentary for it or anything. I did it with no mic. Basically, I just wanted to one and done a speedrun before the Japanese runners had come to speedrun.com and submitted their runs. So I did it offline, and I recorded to a RAM disk because I don't like thrashing my disk recording video if I can help it. And I got about 4 out of 6 hours into the run. and I decided to check how full the RAM disk was. Problem, bye. I decided to check how full the RAM disk was, and it was like 60% full, and I was 60% of the way done with the run. So, I'm sitting here like, I really hope I don't get to the credits, and then my RAM disk fills up. Fortunately, it worked out. Unfortunately, I got that video recorded and uploaded it and then realized it had really horrible audio issues, but I'm not about to record another 6.5 hour speedrun to fix it. Too long for me. I say that, but then I did the 12-hour casual playthrough of that game on Christmas. Uh-oh. These jumps are tight. I will never do another 12-hour stream, by the way. Oh, Temple OS. I love Temple OS. I considered giving out a gauntlet of the pack-in Temple OS games for Kusogrande at one point. Like, there's this really janked helicopter game. Except when I wanted to do it, when I was really gung-ho about doing it, the guy who wrote Temple OS died like that week, so I bumped it from my plans. Like, no, this is not good. I talked to a couple of people about this, and I decided that if I were going to do that gauntlet, I would have to be very, very careful about not just my commentary, but kind of keeping bro on track with, like, theorizing on some of the developments of both Temple OS and the games that came with it. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Temple OS was an operating system written by an incredibly brilliant developer. He wrote the entire thing on his own, but he was also very mentally ill, and it shows in some of his decisions and the design. So it's kind of oof to really kind of lampoon it. It's got to be done with quite a bit of tact. Yeah. That's another reason why I ultimately decided not to put it into Kusogrande, the games on it. I can't remember his name either. And like, everyone talks about how he was so brilliant and what he could have done if he wasn't so troubled. And it's like, I would rather appreciate what he did do. Because I don't think I could, well, I know I couldn't. I don't think many people could have coded an OS from the ground up 64-bit at a time where 64-bit wasn't really a thing, though that's not a huge distinction. His own programming language, effectively, as well. His own hardware abstraction layer. He didn't use anyone else's HAL for the operating system. How? How did you do this? Like, how did anyone do this? Bad. Yep. God, if I do put a playthrough of this on YouTube, it's just gonna be me rambling about everything under the sun while playing. Like, I apologize in advance for anyone who may be watching this. Hello. That's alright, so am I. What is happening is the game runs at 3 FPS by design, and you see what you see. Also, these platforms actually do fall out from under you even if you hold the jump button. Maybe? No. I'm just, like, not holding the jump button. There we go. Let's go high road here. This is a game for the MSX that was written in 1995 by a couple of teenagers in their parents' basement. Or garage. And I showcased this in a blind racing tournament, during which I commentated the match and commented on the fact that the game soft locks after World 2. And the developer found the match, listened to my commentary, and went, wait a minute, that's a bug. Fixed the bug and released the patch version for free in 2019. Because internet. Yeah, the developer's actually a really awesome dude. After the match, I went on Twitter and I said, does anyone know about these developers? And he comes out of nowhere and goes, I'm the dev. It was me and my friend in my parents' garage. I'm just like, holy heck. Oh my god. Yeah. He's animated. Just 2 pixels on his thigh. And I died in the same place again. Have I heard from them lately? No, once the schedule's out, I might ping him and just be like, hey, I'm doing this in a marathon. 1, if you have a problem with this being in a bad game marathon, I will pull it. 2, if you don't, do you want to come commentate with me? I don't think he'll have a problem with it because after Kusogrande, he patched the game and told me about the patch version. He clearly doesn't hate me or anything for that. I think he's got some other stuff out that he wouldn't mind using the platform to boost. I don't know if any of it's recent or for profit, but when we talked last time, he said he went on to develop some other games that were not glip. He's a good dude. I like him. Yeah, this is done by a development quote-unquote house by the name of MFZ, which stands for MSX Friends Zwelle. Netherlands City. And I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I need to look it up before the marathon run. And when I put this in Kusogrande, I thought it was a hobbyist meetup, you know, a scene group of like two dozen people or so, like, you know, a demo scene group with actual developers and graphic artists and whatnot. And he's like, oh no, it was 2 kids in a garage. And I was like, oh, well, now I feel terrible for lampooning this so hard. True. The article that got written about the Kusogrande match, because MSX.org actually wrote about the match, started the article with 2 kids in 1995 decided to play Development House. And I'm like, that's cute. A little condescending, but cute. I'm taking the safe route on this because I've died here twice. I like how Guido's hair blends into the fish, so it looks like he has just the most ridiculous ponytail on Earth. That's the thing, is that in the year of our Lord 2020, as a grown adult with 10 plus years of coding experience, I have not released a project yet. I haven't finished one to the point I felt comfortable releasing it. These 2 kids in 1995 with little or no internet resources developed and released a game and probably got paid money for it. A little bit anyway. So, on my scale, they're ahead of me. I know, right? You can just finish things. Can you believe it? I can't. /me looks at all of the project code for the ancient cave homage I was working on and never finished. Twice. Yeah, he's extremely chill about it. When he reached out to me and said that it was him and his friend being teenagers when they made this, I felt so bad, and he actually... questionable. He actually, like, said that he was very appreciative that the game even is getting attention. Yeah, I didn't even touch that baby mushroom, or that mushroom baby. Oh no, what? No! The game is biting back. I'm in World 3 of... I don't know. Oh, I think this is the underwater level, yes. Doesn't impact physics in any way. Oh yeah. Maybe it's an underwater volcano. Fish clouds, okay. How's it going, Xandra? Yeah, he's clearly wearing pajamas, I think. But this is what I do. I find turbo jank and then find really endearing things about it. It's probably why I'm not a good fit as a Kusogrande GM, because I like telling stories more than I like inflicting pain on people. I made a really good competitor because people... You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. I prefer my style too. Also, aw, you're going to make me blush. Okay, I'm finally out of that level. I don't really think super obscure became the in thing as much as we have so many repeat customers. Oh hell no, repeat competitors that we can't get the classic stuff by people anymore. Like you get a match with Andy in it, and you're done. You might as well go straight for the Vector 06C Russian whatever. I still laugh that after I... okay. After I gave Andy Castilian Rochimbum, or however you pronounce it, in Kusogrande 4, and, you know, Portuguese platformers turned out to be his kryptonite, I was chilling out in AGDQ in a room party, and I just hear this voice bellow out, "Is that Tristan I hear?" And I recognized it as Andy's voice, and I almost went out a window. And we were on, like, the 5th floor. Nah, we got drunk together and played Twinkle Star Sprites. It was fine, but... For a minute, I was doing a risk assessment on jumping out the window versus staying there. Oh boy. Yeah. Well... Yeah, you can jump on things in this game. I just typically don't because, oh god, the timing. Well, I say we got drunk. He got drunk. I had, like, 2 White Claws and called it because I don't like the physical effects of being tipsy. I don't like either. Like, I don't like how it feels to be inebriated. Combination of how I manifest being drunk first being uncomfortable, and I had the drunk uncle as a kid, you know? So, I typically don't drink, like, at all. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It is a very thing in the past for me, but I went a very long portion of my life just refusing to touch alcohol because it was a fresh memory for me. And I just never developed... I never developed the habit of drinking, I never got a taste for it, and I never made friends with people who did social drinking as a result, so... Shrug. Well... Yeah, it's only actually in recent years that I even touched the stuff. Like, 3 years ago was the first time I ever drank, and... that's pretty late. We'll leave it at that. I actually prefer it my way. I don't... Really? 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 I should have had my input viewer up, because that was not right. Like, here's the thing about me. I basically subsist on interesting stories and dialogue, and it's really hard to have those with someone who's just, like, blackout drunk. But anyway. I'm having a problem. The game definitely gets harder as you go. The music in this is not bad, fortunately. Like, I wanted to do a recording with the music, even though it's repetitive. So I'm glad it's not terrible. A little screechy sometimes. Yeah, I can understand that. I have my own vices in that area. I have my speakers on very low, so I can just barely hear it. Basically, just so I can tell if something changes in the audio, or if the audio breaks or something, but I'm not actually listening to it. I'm cheating. I'm not a Bersentia fan, I have it muted. I beat you to it. I also have a really bad story from college about a drinking party that probably was responsible for a large part of why I didn't drink for years after, but that one gets a little bad. Like, not bad as in incriminating to me, but bad as in, like, I kind of don't want to just go into it on stream because it might, like, legitimately actually trigger people. But the short of it is, I ended up in a conflict with someone who was drunk beyond reason. And I just kind of went, I am never going to be like that. Alright, I gotta jump on the far left of this platform. go. Yeah, I had some wild college stories. I actually ended up moving across campus to a different dorm on like 4 hours notice because of that incident. Yeah, it's late. Have fun. Uh-oh. Please jump. Okay. Let's try to get over this. Yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. It's slow, but this is probably the only safe way to do this. Yep, have a good night. So now that Koal's gone, I'm gonna spoil the entire Big Bad Game-a-thon schedule. Oh no! That's what I get. No, I'm not actually gonna do that. Nah, we're still finalizing some things. Like, yeah, I know, instant karma, and the threat wasn't even real. In all honesty, I would. But there are a couple of runs we're still finalizing, effectively. So I don't want to, like, leak a bunch of things and then things may change around. It's mostly done now. God. The platforming is evil. It's going to contain bad and weird games, yes. There is at least one game in the marathon, I will say this much, that is good. It's really good, but it's so weird, we all just said we have to have it. We don't really have a weird block this year, I'll spoil that much, but we have a couple of weird games just kind of splattered around. That's probably too much already, but I don't care. You know, I've been having this debate with myself for a long time about if submitting your own games is like cheating. But we've done that before. Linkham's last year, submitted a game he wrote as a teenager with the writer that one of the staff members had to play it blind. So that happened, and it was great. Oh, this is the level I had to use save states on to get through it before. Right. We have the advantage of being a small marathon, not really beholden to a charity, of being able to just go, heck the rules, heck the theme. If this will make for a fun time, let's find a way to make it work. And we've done that quite a few times. We had WarioWare. Please move forward. Thank you. We had WarioWare in one year, which is very much not a bad game. But the runner did something so weird that we took it. And the run started and everyone in chat is like, what the hell, this isn't a bad run, it's not even that weird of a game, it's a minigame fest, what are you doing? And he got into the gimmick, and everyone was just like, oh, carry on. It was amazing. The gimmick being, he did the entire game in a mocap suit and like sometimes like Waluigi cosplay. Please jump, thank you. It was just, he was having a good old time with it. We had him on camera. And he was having a good old time with it and everyone loved it. Yeah, so last year we had Gitaru Man as part of our weird block, and people just didn't get the memo that this was weird block, and were mad. Like, how dare you put this game in a bad game marathon? It's like, well, because it's weird, and also the runner is god tier at it, and you need to see this, shut the hell up and watch the run. That run was amazing. Garby had that run in Power Up with Pride as well, But the audio was desynced to hell and back, and I was so sad because their recapture system was heck. But the BBG run was absolutely god tier, and I recommend watching that. Like, almost full comboed one of the hardest songs in the game on the highest difficulty. Like, how did you do this? I think one dropped note on one of the in-game songs on Master Mode. Alright, we're not gonna fool around. We're right at the end here, and this is an incredibly long level, so we're just gonna... it's in the BBG archives. It's a runner by the name of Mayo Mike did WarioWare Smooth Moves on Big Bad Game-a-thon, which is, should be a YouTube channel for it. Town of No Name was a good run, too. Ah, the memories. If anyone liked Town with No Name from, I think the first BBG, we have a run like that I think is getting in. That's even weirder. If you like really crappy Western games with no point to them. Is that it? That's it, thank you. Nope, let's try it again. I've said this a couple of times in prior plays of this game, but something to keep in mind is that when I'm moving around, I have to press and let go of the button one draw cycle ahead of time. So when you see me move into those safe little gaps, I've actually let go of right on the D-pad, like a whole second ago. You basically play this game in time dilation. What do you all think World 4 is, by the way? I think we have 3 levels left. Like, we've had Tropical, we've had Strawberry Shortcake, and we've had Fish. What do y'all think World 4 is? Giant vegetables. Interesting guess. World 1 with a twist. Boop. Mechanics. I love the vines. I hate these one platform jumps. Just because of, like I said, how far ahead of time you have to let go of the button to not beef it. Like that. Dang it. Pizza. World 1 with a twist is an interesting guess, too. World 4, 4-1 is as far as I got. I got to World 4 when fooling with this for BBG, trying to decide what to give as a category. I decided 3 worlds was too much Guido. World 3, Underwater Melon, I like it. In the marathon run, we will get to see a peek of World 3. Because I'm gonna go into 3-1 while doing my closing. But we're not gonna play 3. I feel 2 worlds is a good enough showcase of what you're in for if you play this. Really. Honestly, 1 world probably would have been fine, but I'm an attention whore. I wanted more spotlight. Not actually. There we go. Alright, let's not beef it this time. This is looking a whole lot like I'm about to beef it. What? Okay. Your homework today is to storyboard what just happened there. Or explain it to me. Yeah, the music is in-game. The music's good. Yeah, the music is absolutely fine. The main reason for that is MFZ didn't write the music. They got it from someone else. I used to use Bung It, and then Bung Enterprises came into the scene, and Bung became a very different thing. I can only use Bung It when doing Iron Hike now. I'm far more proud of myself than I should be for realizing that my Iron Hike run on Handheld Heroes was at 1:20 Pacific time, so that I could get on and say it's 4:20 on the East Coast and it's time for Bung. Yeah, I think I had said before, I actually found that tweet from you because I obsessively Twitter search for my own speedruns after marathon runs. I just get on Twitter and I search for my own name and like the game I ran and see who says what about my stuff. And I've found some crap. This is not for someone who has low self-esteem. I think my favorite one, though, is when I did my Great Battle 4 run. Someone used some words I'm not going to repeat, but they said on Twitter that I sounded like an extremely gay person on lewds, like downers. I'm like, okay, accurate. Except their words were a little bit less nice, but still. Like, okay. It's accurate. Except I'm not on downers. If anything, I'm on uppers. I kind of live on caffeine. I need to stop that, actually. That run was pretty down-tempo for my commentary, though, because I was having to be pretty focused on execution. That's valid. Peebs had a similar thing, and his recommendation for me when I brought this up in his stream at one point was to get flavored caffeine powder and just mix it into water. And then you have a little bit more control over what's in it. Just, you know, be conservative with your usage of it. The gyms give you 1 point each. Score seems to do absolutely nothing. Boxes also give you a point each. Score seems to do absolutely nothing, so... Nah, they're not gonna kill me. Alright, World 4. If you have to look up the LD50 of caffeine, it might be a bad plan. Yes. I once had to look up the, LD50 of, what the hell was it called? Oh, I don't remember the name of that anymore. If you reach 1,000,000 points, you get a point, yes. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. Sulfur nitrate? No. The roof is on fire. This is like white blood cell world? I don't know. It's weird. Well, they had the MSX color palette, which is not this restricted. I think when I got here, when playing this just chilling with like no stream running or anything, my roommate looked over and noted it was a good color palette for the blue, pink, and white. But I don't think that's what they were going for. It's just fish forever. I wouldn't mind that. Fish are cute. Some fish, anyway. I guess that depends on what you mean by visible, because the background of World 2 is definitely very visible. Just nothing else is. Multiple shades of pink and sometimes some blue is like fine by me though. Throw some purple in there and I'll be happy. Maybe some like gold or neon yellow. I have really weird taste in colors, okay? I actually like neon yellow and neon orange if used properly. He's constantly giving you the side eye, I think. A couple of people have noticed that. I don't have an answer for you. I also wish I could remember how many worlds were in this game so I can know how long we're in for this. He's wondering why you're playing this game, is the truth to it. One downside about this game, even as like a Kusogrande showcase, is it does kind of just, after the first world, it's like, alright, here you go. Everything beyond that is just what is going to change in the next world, you know? I still like it, though. I'm pretty sure if you get the cycles wrong on this, you can actually soft lock here and have to take a death. Can't go forward. I seem to recall that the upper path, yeah, the upper path here is actually a dead end. And this is as far as I got. I stopped after this level. Like, you go through all that heck and it's a dead end up there. And by all that heck, I mean a bunch of boxes and 4 enemies. But that's a lot of heck for this game. Cool. That should be the end of the level. Heck. Like, World 4 gets easier than World 3 and 2. Heck, hello. We were talking about you earlier, somewhat. We were talking about your BBG Guitar Man run. Because I was teasing people with what's in the BBG schedule, and we kind of wandered there. I like that. Guido says trans rights, by the way. With the background. Really, with the entire color palette of the... What? No! The entire color palette of the game. That was a very surprising sudden bump forward. I usually don't move that fast. This is why I gave myself 99 lives. Because you get 3, and there's no way to get more that I've found. And I wouldn't finish this game if I was limited to 3. You know what? I'm gonna let you two go on your way. Yeah. Have a good one, blobs. You're still here. What's going on? I still feel weird saying his name, even though that's his name. It's not the other definition of the word, but I don't know. I am probably a little too sensitive sometimes. Oh, whoop, not this way. Okay, that didn't work. How did I do this before? So you can't just go down there holding jump because trying to move forward will take precedence over jump and you'll fall. You'll hit the wall, your forward momentum will stop, but you'll stay locked in trying to move forward. So I gotta figure out how to do this. I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna just let them go, and then I'm gonna go up the second floor. Yeah, easy. Oh, you can just jump and you should be able to yeet that. Ow! So that's a perfectly timed jump and hold right at the same time situation. Usually you can stagger jump and move to either go up a block or go forward a block. But that's one of the rare ones where you have to absolutely hit both at the same time. So we get to do this again. I could play this with just the left side of the controller, but I mapped my gamepad to make circle, or I guess A, or whatever you want to call it, act the same as up. Because, oh goodness, up to jump is not my cup of tea here. How did I do this before? There we go. Janky. You basically have to align yourself right against the wall. And then as you're falling down, hold right, run across, and then you have to completely let go of right and hit jump, because if you try to run and jump at the same time, you'll hit the wall and all of your momentum will stop and you'll fall. So it's actually a pretty difficult input. Doo-dee-doo. So I don't know what World 5 is. I know there is a World 5, or at least I'm pretty sure, but I have no idea what it is. I'm hoping for Mushroom Kingdom. Like mushrooms and stuff. I don't like this. Oh, we're good. Yeah. A little bit of a set piece reuse there. Also a little bit of nope, that ain't gonna work. I would say this background looks like something made in MS Paint, but to be perfectly honest, I think the tools they had were a little bit more rudimentary than MS Paint. I don't know how you made sprites for the MSX, because I think you were a little bit beyond the period of having to do sprite grids on paper, but I don't know. Yeah, it's Dr. Pepper. I am a hopeless addict. Come get it? Question mark? I didn't realize Canadian Dr. Pepper was different. Really? Interesting. Is this like Canadian bacon being inferior because, like, people say, do you want Canadian bacon? And I hear bacon, and then I get, like, not bacon, and I'm sad. Okay, good. The thing died on the vine. Really? That makes sense. Fair enough. It's just ham. It's literally ham steak. Why would I dodge the beefsteak? I didn't dodge the beefsteak last night. I had steak for dinner, actually. At 11 p.m., but we're not going to talk about that. I make bad life choices. I think this is known by now. I make bad choices in general. Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that. I'm actually excited to see World 5. I've never seen it before. To be perfectly honest, I was mostly being a brat about the Canadian bacon thing. Just because Canadian Dr. Pepper is like, oh, it's a different kind of Dr. Pepper. Yeah, kind of my existence. Do not understand it. Well... Okay, there we go. I still don't know if these are mushrooms or children, and it horrifies me. They put Joe... Huh... This is where I try to pretend I have no idea what you're talking about, but anyway. You can get paid to be a consultant on how to properly write a brat submissive? Hell. I know some people who... I gotta tell them this. Like, I'm trying to have this respectable, like, playthrough for recording for YouTube posterity, and I'm sitting here talking about this. It's perfectly appropriate for my character. No. Absolutely not a problem. Found my new side gig. No. I am a respectability elemental. Everything I do is perfectly innocent and above board, and I don't know. No, 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 get out, no. Oh, it's like I went over the wall and I just had 10 seconds to know I was dead and there was nothing I could do about it. Nope. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know if I would take that bet. I know I'm not going to bed at a reasonable hour. I actually slept longer than usual, which is a funny story in of itself. I almost slept through our daily meeting, except I use an Echo, an Amazon Echo, for an alarm. Hold on a second here. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I use an Amazon Echo for an alarm, and the alarm went off and I dismissed it and was about to fall back asleep when I looked up and realized the notification light on it was on. I'm like, what the hell? So I asked it what the notification was, right? And it does its really annoying thing where it eventually does what you want, but first tells you about some neat feature it has that you have to know about right now. And then it finally tells me what the notification is, and it's... The thing randomly decided to solicit from me a review on something I bought a month ago. Through the Echo, through a notification to it. And like, it doesn't even say, please go on the website and fill out a review. It just goes, a month ago you bought this. How would you rate it from 1 to 5 stars? And I swore at it. And that's the fastest I've ever seen one of those disable its microphone. But it kept me awake and engaged long enough to remember, hey, I have a meeting today. So, in that vein, I thank it. But, heck you, Amazon, I want to get this thing out of my house, but it's controlling my lights. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we're going down here. No! I actually don't like having that thing in my room, but for the most part, from a risk assessment standpoint, it's not that bad for me, because I don't ever talk verbally except when I'm streaming. I still don't like it. Speaking of not liking it, oh! I have no idea how I got by that, but I'll take it. Another one! This is rude! Yeah, it's just a dead end. The right way is up here. I'm mad. I also never want to do that again. I have no idea. I think you're right, though. I also think these moving platforms dip down just far enough to kill you if you, which we're gonna find out, I guess. Because I, for the life of me, can't... There we go. Alright, we're out of there. To be fair, it was more of a pick your door section than a maze section. It was a maze section with one corridor. It was like one of those kids' mazes on a fast food restaurant placemat. Actually, I've seen some of those are pretty complex, but not the ones I'm thinking of. Alright, one more level and we're done with World 4. I like how World 4 goes back to being linear after 2 and 3 are like wide open. Do you think this game has like a working final cutscene or credits? I think it does. I think they put some effort into the ending. If you've got the latest patch. Well, I got past World 2, so I have the latest patch. Cool. That was a little dicey, because, I hit the brick, and when you hit a brick, your forward and upward momentum both stop. I had to, like, readjust in midair what I was doing. I had heard somewhere that these mushroom things also have animations, but you never get to see them because of how the redrawing works. I'm not sure if that's true. Alright, World 5. What do we got? That looks a lot like World 1. It's coming. Hold on. Space! The one place uncorrupted by capitalism. Yeah, I know, Elon Musk is fixing that. Let me have my Tim Curry line, okay? That moon in the corner is, like, amazing. I might have ruined this. There we go. We've been, yeah. Thank you. This is actually appropriate for the side-eyeing. What? Very confused about what just happened. So I just realized something. Moving Guido and drawing the world are two separate draw cycles, because the things you pick up disappear before Guido moves on to them. That may explain why I always feel like I'm a draw cycle behind. Is it me, or is the loading getting longer as we go? I guess that is a very high detailed background. You have to load it right. You can't just... What is this mess? I wonder if even the devs finished this. I'm not 100% sure it's completable. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not 100% sure. That was close. I like this. The ground looks less like watermelon when the background is actually like a reasonable outdoor background. It still looks like watermelon, and that is still very definitely fire in the background, even though I think it's supposed to be mountains. But, meh, I like it. Oh. Right, I have to actually have the right windows selected to be able to provide input. I'm literally reading Twitter between stages. That's how good of a streamer I am. That's how long the load times are. I want to say there's 6 worlds, but I actually don't remember. It's going to be a surprise when I reach the end. Also, there still hasn't been a single thing as hard as level 1-9. I just wanted to point that out. go. So I was thinking about this the other day. From a purely mechanical perspective, this is probably the worst game I've ever played. But I can think of games where I've had less fun. Easily. So, in that vein, does this make this the worst game or not? I would have to say no. I would even say, as far as like my enjoyment of the game, it's probably a 2.5 out of 5, a 3 out of 5. Because it's charming, yeah. Just, it's jank. It's real jank. That was a pretty tight jump. Nope. There we go. At least you can see if you've done the jump wrong and can just immediately bail out and fix yourself. What I'm looking for is if I move up a tile before moving forward, I've done the jump wrong and need to adjust. There's not like a vine in one of these, is there? No, I didn't think so. Exit. World 5 so far is pretty easy. It's actually quite fun. Welcome back. We're in space. I think. Or we're just outside at nighttime, one or the other. You know. Does any of this make sense? It definitely is a video game. I think. This really should have been World 2. I feel like this is World 2 in the difficulty progression. Yeah, ramen is good. An olfactory game. The only one of those I know is Pull My Finger. That one ain't fun. Everyone loses. Are those UFOs or turtles? I've never decided. I've had the desire recently to play Jazz Jackrabbit, and I might just do it. Robot versions of the little blob dudes. That's a theory. I kind of wish there was a more modern game like Jazz Jackrabbit, like the same aesthetic and attitude and stuff. Not like a remake, because remakes are almost universally, like, not good, but... Whoops. Wow. I held the button down for just a little bit too long. Fall away platforms, a little bit harder. I still feel like this world's really easy though, so far. Boing. Cool. Easy. A large part of the difficulty of the game is just getting used to the latency on your inputs. Once you've done that, it's not really a hard game. There's a couple of really nasty spots because of the latency, but it's not terrible. Really simple looking formations can be quite rude because of it. Yeah, I know, right? It's the one with the good background and it's gonna be gone like instantly. What are you gonna do? I still need to figure out what I'm gonna stream next. Hack the game to use this background everywhere. Tempting. Yeah. I'm indecisive on that. Perfect. A little slow, but perfect. What do we have? 2 levels left, and then we get to see World 6? If there is a World 6. I've had a smudge on my glasses the entire stream. I'm gonna fix it. Well, I mean, if it loops, I'll identify when it loops and be like, yeah, I'm done. The game is simple enough that you could randomly generate these levels, though. I don't know if you could on an MSX, but... Huh. Funky. Well, I know I gotta be up here. That's like a certainty. Maybe not, actually. Well, I went in the hole. What's over here? Ah, I do have to be up there. Okay. How do I get in there? Oh, I know what to do. This is actually kind of clever. Assuming that they only left one intended way to do this, and the way I see to do it is the developer intended way. I think I just gotta wedge myself in there when coming down from the initial jump. There we go. Now how do I... Huh. There we go. No! This is awful. This is actually legit hard. Fortunately, it's not over a death pit. I see what to do now, at least. There we go. This is rude. There we go. That was actually difficult. That level had a setup. One of them. Alright, what's World 6 then? 5 is outdoors. Stars and space. I'm gonna go with castle theme. Like just a brick background. Cake? We already had cake. World 2 was cake, kind of. Cake 2. I want cake now. not a fan of this. There we go. I'm not a fan of this either. Pretty much. This would all be fine to really easy if the game actually had a frame rate. I got hit. Dang it. At least we can get back there pretty quickly. Or I could get clipped forward one tile further than I expected and die again. That's an option too. Arg. This is the end of the world. I want to see what's next. Come on. Weh. My work laptop is doing the Windows Update fan dance. You know, the one where it decides to update when it's supposed to be like asleep and then the fans spin up out of nowhere. Okay. Let's don't beef it this time. I have a theory that there's something in one of these blocks that's different, but like heck if I'm gonna go looking for it. Oh wow. That was really cool, and no one got to actually see it because it was abstracted away by the frame rate. I'm curious. Like, this looks too much like a thing. It's not a thing. Of course it's not a thing. Maybe. I might just straight out ask Arjun about it. Like, hey, did you ever actually code in a shop? Yeah, it takes forever. I just haven't been well inclined to look. What? I was expecting him to go straight down. I think I got physicsed. The intro says extra lives, and that's about it, so who knows. It may just be if you get enough points, you get an extra life, and they described it oddly. Haha. This is wrecking havoc with my eyes, though. Everything looks so smooth and fluid when I look up from the game. Oh, this is butts. I need to just back up and stand on something. Well, I was saying World 5 is easy. I guess they fixed that, huh? The last 2 levels in it are pretty rude. Actually, what I need to do is bait those enemies apart, so I actually have space to move. That should be pretty easy to do. So apparently turning around also takes a full draw cycle, I'm finding. Okay, there's nowhere to back up and wait, so let's just pull one in at a time here. Where do I need to go to make that happen? Here. Now, let's do it right this time. Where did that heck occur last time? It was over here, like a little bit ways more, right? Yeah, past these moving platforms. This has to be the end of the level. There's been too much level already. That's the one that got me last time. Not this time, though. Now, what fresh heck is this? Go up. Right. Need to move right one tile and then lower the platforms a little bit. 2? Yeah, 2 will do. Whew, that was scary. probably more enemies over here. Yep. Let him go on his way. Yeah, I've kind of learned that enemies now get spaced out in such a way that they try to catch you in a jump. So when you see one, you just kind of need to wait and let him go on his way. Ooh, that's gonna be spicy. Oh no. That's fine. Just 3 in a row. It's a threefer. Uh-oh. Holy crap. There's actually some, like, deliberate meanness to the enemy layouts. Yeah, this level just keeps going, and you go all the way back to the beginning if you die. This might be the final level, actually. I could have sworn there's 6 worlds, but who knows. There we go. Let's see what's next. World 6. Oh, baby. What do we have? Give me mushrooms or castle. There is more. Maybe. Will it load? Oh no! Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, this sucks. I'm trying to use that word less, but I don't... Oh, this is awful. This actually hurts my eyes. Whew. Yeah. It's like a sandbar. Whew. Please tell me it gets better. No, it kinda doesn't. The high road is probably blockaded, but... No, this is the right way to go. The other way is death. What do you know? Can I scroll to the left? That is a good question. No, you can't. Wait, maybe you can. Yeah, you can. You just can't get back out of there because there's a very big gap. You have to climb up. It's entirely possible. Points. Oh man, when Guido jumps up against that blue, it's especially eye-searing. Well, we've got this for 8 more levels. Loading. Slightly better load times than the original PlayStation. Oh, man. You know what? I'm not even playing here. Hold on. There. This actually helps. Hello. This is awful, okay? Don't. Don't. You're here for the jams, I can respect that. Okay. You may or may not get a serious answer. Have I been at this for my full uptime? Yes. Minus about 5 minutes. I watched the intro. I'm trying to actually finish the game. This is World 6. It's a long game, just because of how slow it is. I wanted to be the first to actually record a completion. I didn't realize it would involve having to wear sunglasses at World 6, though, because ow, my eyes. I look like a dingus. I look like a FBI agent or something. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, that joke has had its run. Paid enough for a pair of prescription sunglasses. I want to get some mileage out of them. That's a mushroom. They don't move. I don't need to dodge them. Yeah? Oh no! Oh, what? Okay, so I just have to, like, bounce on the platform and wait for my opening. The fact that you fall exactly as fast as the moving platforms move does result in some comedy when you goof up. Well, the upper path is very clearly more dangerous if there's enemies, but let's see what happens. Yeah, it's the only way to go. Oh no, Darkwing Duck. This just looks weird. I gotta check. It's not gonna be anything, but I gotta check. It's not anything. There were 5 points instead of 1. We've got a bit of this left yet. We gotta see what the end of the game looks like, though. That's what I'm after. I've been playing this for 2.5 hours. I'm going to experience lag in real life after I'm done. How am I gonna adjust back to life in like 60 FPS? Or 24 FPS, or whatever people claim real life is at nowadays, because they're dinguses and don't know how optics works. I'm pretty sure if you finish Lost in Plantinus in one sitting, you get Ultra Instinct. That was actually a pretty easy level. That was the case for my driving glasses. It's like, I live in California, you know I have sunglasses for driving. It's kind of mandatory out here, if you want to be able to see for about 4 hours out of the day. Like right now, about 3 to 7, don't drive west. Yeah. I'm, Boston. Nah. I am near San Jose. I wish I was on the East Coast again because I wouldn't be the last one going to bed every night. That's cool. San Jose is pretty neat. It's very tech bro, though. Which is like me throwing stones, right? But I try to not be completely subsumed by that culture here. This is hard, actually. That was enough. LA is a completely different experience. You poke memory address C37B to 99. How do I get over this thing? So I use OpenMSX. It's literally just poke 0xC37B99. But I tried to do it in RetroArch, and RetroArch's cheat system is garbage. So I wasn't able to figure out how to do it. To do here. Actually, OpenMSX is an amazing emulator, and I wish more emulators just had a pull-down console like it does. Like, you can't go this way. Is this where they finally implemented a power-up so I can do something about this? Well, we're definitely gonna hit it, because I have no idea how to get past this mushroom. So when you bonk on the ceiling, your forward momentum stops. So I think what I need to do is bonk the ceiling and then hit right again and hold it. And it's going to be like a frame perfect tap ahead of time. Yes, nice. I've lost 30 lives. This is actually really, really mean for a game with 3 lives, and then you reset the world you're on. Okay. Okay. Nope. That doesn't work. So if I'm always one redraw cycle ahead, yeah, you can modulate jump height. You just let go of the button, a draw cycle, before you want to start falling. Oh. Well, just walking into it isn't the right thing to do. Yeah, that happens at this time of night, unfortunately. Where I stream from faces a train station. Carefully modulate so you don't bonk. You have an interesting point there, actually. I really wish these blocks weren't here so I could test my theory here. That was too late. I think you're right. I think I have to do a running jump where I let go of the button before I bonk. Wow, now I'm just failing. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is the regulation in California for trains basically says every time you cross a railroad crossing, you have to hold the horn down the entire time you go through it. So, the train station up there, they're pretty loud as they ride by. I think you're right about having to triangle jump over it. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Ooh, spicy. Oh yeah? I played Zero recently, but it was on like the easy mode from the DS version. So I kind of cheated. Phew! Okay, that was intense. I'm kind of hoping this is the final world. I'm running out of Guido, Plantinus energy here. I know the feeling. My take on it is that there's going to be enough runs that aren't like your thing or the thing for people who watch that you can probably sneak in streams. I do. Like, I usually stream during like the 6-hour horror runs or something. Or Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time or any of those are usually not my cup of tea, so I stream during them. That's very true. Speedrunning a horror game removes the horror elements. We get a fair amount of horror games for Big Bad Game-a-thon because if a horror game is not done well, it really shows, right? And they don't, you know, they're not scary. They're usually funny. A Game Boy horror game, how does that work? Yeah, I didn't take any time off for it because I'm working from home right now anyway and can basically work whenever I want minus meetings. So, whatever. I'm gonna take the Friday and the Monday around BBG off though. That does sound cool. I need to play Cave Noir. It's not a horror game, but... Alright. Y'all think this world is the end, or what do you think World 7 is, if not? Yeah, I have absolutely no nostalgia for 3D Zeldas. I never played them until I was very much an adult. And I had played better games before them, frankly. Like, newer games. So I don't have any of that nostalgia. And they're just not interesting to me. Blasphemy, I know. And it's like, I'm not one of those people who's like, hey, hot take, Ocarina of Time is actually bad, or anything like that, but I don't have any draw for it. Yeah, give me more 2D Zeldas. There is a Zelda Classic world I want to play that is just like a random world exploration with like 150 different weapons you can find. Power-up items, whatever you want to call it. And you don't get all of them in one playthrough. The randomization sticks in a couple of them, so it plays like a roguelite. A marathon of randomizers. The world we live in. Whatever happened to Tunic? I was excited for Tunic, and then it just kind of didn't come out. That was a surprisingly fast and definitive answer. Okay. I was considering streaming Gunfire, but... Uh-oh. Oh, we're fine. You're, yeah, gonna have to just poke me to do it at some point, because the only time I log on to Steam where you can see I'm doing it is when I have a plan to play with someone else already. Oh, come on. I was holding the button down for 4 cycles. Well, you know, if you're on Discord, hit me up at some point and I can show you the basics. Or you can use Twitch's really simple, press button, point at game at your streaming, new streaming software. I have no idea if it's any good. It's not for me, but... No! You can try that. Oh. I haven't figured that one out yet. I can't help you there. Submit some stuff to Don't Make Us Bored and see if you get gonged. Keep submitting until you don't get gonged. Then you're not boring. I can't believe Rosinchia called it that. Just, like, this is almost not okay. I love Sayonara Wild Hearts. I want to play that at some point. Hmm? Okay, I think I can make that. Yeah, I mean, you have to approach it from the standpoint of the entire show is run on the opinion of two people who are not always right, and that can be not the best feeling thing sometimes. I think it would be better if chat could vote, which mainly that's because of how chill Bro's community is. I imagine if that became a thing that people knew about, it would become less chill rather quickly. So that probably wouldn't be a good idea, but I like the idea of just having this thing where if you want to get into an event, but you do something that doesn't fit into an event, hey, you can do it here. Because you can see some neat stuff that way. I have two ideas for Don't Make Us Bored. One involves BizHawk in a really janky Lewis script and 3 games at once. The other involves the time estimate of 4 hours or until you gong my gay arse. I don't like this. Okay, we're fine. I think we're fine. Jump! Yeah, my idea, and the main reason I haven't pulled it yet and done it, is that there's a bug in my Lewis script, but I want to do a speedrun of 3 games at once while a Lewis script is flipping me between games at random time intervals. Which would probably stress a lot of people out, let's be honest here, but... Oh no! I got platform cycled, oof. Yeah, so someone developed a thing that took a bunch of arcade games and save states and basically Mario Partied them and showed it off at a bunch of conventions and stuff, and everyone's like, oh, this is so cool. And then they went, yeah, but we can't release it because save states are technically proprietary data. Because they are RAM snapshots of the state of the game and contain code and all this other stuff. And it's like, you can re-implement this pretty easily, actually, if you know what you're, doing somewhat. Yeah, multi-bowl. It's like, I could do something like that, but it's a lot of work. It was on E3 at one point, and everyone's like, how do I get this? And they're like, you don't. Like, thanks. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Music's jamming, at least. My eyes have stopped hurting. That's a plus. Alright, okay. That blob is apparently Jesus. We're just gonna take it real safe. Oh, I do not like this. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I hate this. No! Heck. That's easy, too. I don't know. This has to be the last level in the game, right? It's acting like the last level in the game. Beefed it. I like how he can catch his toe on the platform edge and just like catapult himself up. Yeah, yeah. I wonder how many people have finished this game. It's been reviewed on like MSX fanzines before, but that doesn't mean they necessarily finished the game. In fact, I would say it's more likely than not they didn't. Please. Whoa! That was intense. Intense 3 FPS action. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Alright, we get to do this again. I think I know why this is so obnoxious. As those boxes scroll off, the time window that you have to let go of the D-pad in is changing. Because it's largely determined by the number of sprites on screen. I have no excuse for that, I just didn't hold down the jump button long enough. That's alright, we've got it this time. I've got confidence, firm belief, or whatever the heck the term is now. We're gonna speedrun the level. It is possible to align the platform cycles here such that you get stuck. You basically just have to go early here. The first time I tried to come through here, those were aligned in such a way that I couldn't make the jump from the first to the second platform. Alright, Jesus Blob. I jumped too early? No, I didn't. We're fine. Okay. I'm just gonna hold the jump button down. And I'll just navigate with the D-pad as normal, but not let go of jump, like, at any point, so I don't do that again. There we go. Is that the end? Or is there a World 7? I don't know if my heart can take it if there's a World 7. I hear music. You have reached Guido's house. Guido was totally surprised when he saw the good Guido. He tried to run away, but the good Guido was faster because he had practiced much more. The two Guidos started a battle, which, of course, the good Guido won. Guido went home to have a party. At home, all his friends were glad to see him. After the party, Guido could sleep well, but that's what he thought. Arjun Bakur was the guy that contacted me when I asked about this. I guess Joram Kalf is his friend, the other person. The music was by someone else, we had been told, but I guess Joram was also part of it. Arjun is a cool dude. Disc label, Joram Kalf. I haven't seen the label. So yeah, MFZ is 2 people, and they got someone to help with music. (1996) MFZ. That was about 3 hours, and I had a pretty rough World 6 and World 5 ending. That's cool. I don't know how many people have actually seen the end of this game. I think so, yeah. It's a pretty neat game for what it is.